All right, let's get right into it. One of the easiest ones on the list. AB, especially towards the end of his career. Just a massive diva. I mean, not accepting trades anywhere. Frostbite on his toes, going up in hot air balloons. I mean, left the game with the Bucks, obviously after he was a Steeler, but towards the end of his Steeler career, he was a diva. Which really sucks, because I'm going to hit you with a twist here. I think AB in the early part of his career was a pretty good guy. Very appreciative of his situation. He seemed like to be a very religious guy. He had a clothing brand called Chest Up, Eyes Up, Pray Up. I don't know. He seemed like a happy guy. He doesn't seem very happy anymore. He just seemed like a pretty decent, good human being. I don't know. That's the vibe that I got in his early part of his career. Just a very happy, positive, good person. And then Vontaze Burfict comes around and kind of took that away from him. But, so a little sad to see, but that's how it goes. Let's go with Pickens next. I'm going to throw Pickens in problematic. I think he toes the line towards diva. Definitely not a full-blown diva by any means. He's passionate about winning. He wants to show that he's a dog. He's an NFL young boy. Problematic isn't the best term for this tier. But I like putting him there. He's going to toe the line towards diva in his career, I think. But I don't think he's a full-blown diva by any means. Who we got next? Hines Ward. That's an easy saint right there. Just an amazing human being. Probably one of the best people the Steelers have ever had the pleasure of having in their organization. Great guy, great human being. An amazing football player on top of it. Rare combination. Love Hines Ward. Great guy. Diontae Johnson. Normal. Definitely not a diva, but I haven't seen anything to warrant putting him in a saint category. Sure, he's a nice enough guy, but normal. No good, no bad there. Pretty easy. Let's go with Santonio Holmes next. That's a diva. Don't get me wrong. A major contributor, a cornerstone in Steelers history. He won us a Super Bowl. But there was a reason the Steelers traded him away for nothing. He was a diva. Ton of off-the-field issues. It's just as simple as that. Had problems with the Jets after. He was a diva. Very clear-cut. John Stallworth. Normal, again. Didn't really see anything to warrant me putting him in a good guy, saint tier. Definitely wasn't a problematic diva. Amazing wide receiver, by all means. But just throw him in normal. Seemed like a normal, regular, good guy. Solid person. Not anything special, though. Chase Claypool. Problematic. I don't think he was a full diva, but there was a lot of things in Claypool's time with the Steelers that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I mean, the one that everyone obviously knows, him celebrating with time running down on the clock while we're trying to win a game. Down. I mean, come on. That's problematic at its finest. He's also a big tweeter. A lot of tweets out of Chase Claypool that I remember in a short time with us. And a lot of them kind of just rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know why, but I didn't like his tweets. So that's why I'm throwing him in problematic. What else we got here? James Washington. Normal. Not much to say about him. He was a solid depth wide receiver for the Steelers. Wasn't good, wasn't bad in terms of being a person. Say similar thing with Marcus Wheaton. Neither of them ever complained about playing time, anything like that. But I don't know too much about them being like amazing people. So throw them in normal. Completely fine with that. Normal's fine. Lynn Swann. I'm going to throw him in pretty good guy. The only reason I'm throwing Swann, just a pretty good guy, versus Stallworth staying in normal, is because Swann did that whole thing in like Sesame Street about being a dancer. So I'm sure he probably helped some guys that dance out. I don't know. I don't dance, but it seemed like a good thing, Expression, whatever, all that stuff. Seemed like a nice guy. Sesame Street guy. I mean, if you're on Sesame Street, You got to be a pretty good guy. It's easy as that. Ooh, Plaxico Burress. Diva. Shot himself in the foot. Obviously, that wasn't during his time with the Steelers. But Plaxico was a diva. Pretty simple there. Not too much to say about it. I don't think anybody's going to be offended that I put Plaxico Burress as a diva. Louis Lips. Another normal guy. Not too much to say there. He was on the Steelers during a time where we weren't too great. But didn't do anything good, bad, ugly. Mike Wallace. I think you could actually put Wallace somewhere in the middle here between diva and problematic. I'm going to throw him in problematic because I think he was more a diva once he left the Steelers. Well, I'm sure there was some stuff with the Steelers. Steelers do a good enough job of keeping diva wide receivers somewhat in check. But with Wallace, I do know when he left, went to the Dolphins won a game, and then he was pissed that he didn't get enough targets. So that's a diva wide receiver at his finest. When he was with the Steelers, I'm just going to keep him in problematic. He wasn't too bad with the Steelers. Ooh, JuJu. Now this one might surprise some people. I'm putting JuJu in Saint. I know. All the TikToks, dancing on other teams' logos. Oh, dancing on other teams' logos, definitely problematic, kind of a TO move. But for the most part, I think JuJu was a Saint. During his time with the Steelers, I always saw a ton of stuff about him being very charitable, just being a very positive, good person, volunteering, soup kitchens, donations, all that stuff. And the big thing I'm putting him in the Saint tier is I saw so many videos of people randomly running into JuJu in Pittsburgh and him just taking a lot of time, just meeting them, being very friendly, just an overall amazing person. It's pretty sad, even though obviously all the TikTok stuff was a little cringy at times. It was pretty sad when JuJu left because he seemed like a very good person and someone that really fit into what the Steelers, love. But really happy he's going hopefully on a run here with the Chiefs this year. So yeah, JuJu. Easy Saint tier for me. That might surprise some people though. We'll get another normal out of the way. Yancy Thigpen. Don't really know too much about the guy, to be completely honest. I know he exists, but I don't know much about him. So he's going in normal. Martavis Bryant. That's a diva, man. That's a diva. Obviously NFL, a lot more lenient with weed nowadays. But back in the day, come on, Martavis. You couldn't lay off the weed just for a little bit. Come on. Especially knowing, so many NFL players have come out and said that to fail an NFL drug test, you have to have wanted to fail the test. They know about it, even when it's randomly assigned, all that stuff. They know about it. They have time to prep, get it out of their system, whatever. So the fact that he just got consistently suspended, just come on. You couldn't lay off the weed. And he was so talented. Catching it behind his leg, flipping into the end zone. I actually had that as my wallpaper on my phone for a while. That was such a sick catch. He was so talented. Shame that he kind of got suspended so many times in his career. Derailed a little bit. Antwaan Randle. I always liked Antwaan Randle. A little bit of a gadget player. He was always a solid wide receiver. QB turned wide receiver. I'm going to throw him in normal, though. I don't know enough about him being a great person to throw him in. Pretty good guy. Normal. Nothing wrong with that. Love Antwaan Randle as a player. And the last one, Emmanuel Sanders. Pretty good guy. From what I know, genuine person. Really good. Great in the locker room. Just great guy. Emmanuel Sanders. I don't think anybody has a problem with him. So yeah, that's what I got for all these Steelers wide receivers. Obviously you got the top tier divas, AB, Santonio, Plaxico, Martavis. Then the two Saints in my eyes being Hines Ward and JuJu. Steelers have developed a rep being a diva wide receiver organization. When you look at the top of the list, it makes a little sense why, especially in recent years. But across the history, not too bad. But hey, I'm fine with us having a couple diva wide receivers. You need to have a little bit of that dog in you, like Pickens, if you want to be great in the NFL. Obviously, you can do without any off-the-field stuff, but hey, I'm good with it. So that's where I rank all of them. Thank you very much for watching. All right.